Racing on Tuesday takes place out at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. We are racing on the winter course, 10 races on the program, with race number 1 set to get underway at 11:35. It is an early start and it's a week on the South African racing calendar that is very busy because we've got racing every single day this week, something that we can look forward to. Joining me on the line is Graham Hawkins. Graham, how are you doing?
All good, thank you, Raheel. Looking forward to this race meeting at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth. The good news is that the rain has eased off over the last couple of days. The sun is expected to shine tomorrow, being Tuesday. We record obviously on a Monday morning, as everybody knows by now. 10-race card, as you said, a busy racing week. I like this card. I think we can find a few winners. I think it's, dare I say it, while the going will certainly be on the soft side, it could be a punter-friendly card, and I'm expecting in particular the Vaughan Marshall and Candice Bass-Robinson stables to go well.
Race number 1, maiden juvenile plate, 1600 meters is the distance. Favorite number 4, New World, 2-1. Number 7, Better Man at 5-2. Number 3, Bugle Boy, Yamazaki is at 6-1, along with Diamond Days. It's 8-1 and Better Ball. Those on form, there shouldn't be a lot to choose between number 4 New World and number 7 Better Man. They've both run behind Pay the Palace and Randolph Hurst, sort of turning form around with one another. And then Graham, I think this horse Coco's Hero, the half brother to the Green with Envy, is a massive improver, stepping up in trip to the mile on Tuesday.
We can expect a lot of improvement from number 5, Coco's Hero. I do think he might need one more run before getting to his absolute best. The form behind Spirit didn't work out that well at the last meeting, so I'm going to sit on the fence with number 5, Coco's Hero. Bugle Boy, Yamazaki and Diamond Days, they have obvious scope for improvement and can get involved, but it does look as if the outcome rests between numbers 4 New World and 7 Better Man. I think the betting market reflects accurately what we can expect in the first race, the maiden juvenile plate 1600 meters. As you've mentioned, they've met on 2 occasions and the score is 1-1. Behind Pay the Palace, Bettman was marginally ahead of New World, and then behind Randolph Hurst, it was the other way around. So it's hard to know which of the two are going to come out on top. I know Better Man comes with a big reputation. He was scratched at the start when he was meant to race a couple of weeks ago. But nothing to choose between numbers 4 New World and 7 Better Man. The first race does not form part of the exotics. So, the obvious bet here is swingers 4 New World and 7 Better Man. And that could get us off to at least a winning start. It's not rocket science, but I do think they are the 2 right horses in the race.
That's race number 2, race number 1 rather. Next up is race number 2, maiden juvenile plate fillies, set to be run over the 1,000 meter trip. 12 is the off time. And here, number 5, Storm Watch is your 8-10 favorite. 9-2 about Splash of Color. Swift Serenity at 7-1. It's then 10-1 and Better Balls. Those. Now, when having a look at this race, 13 horse Peaches and Cream will keep one interested. Well-bred daughter of Give Me the Green Light. And if I'm not mistaken, Double Grand Slam could be could be the sibling here. Graham, your thoughts on race number 2?
Quickly a comment about number 13, Peaches and Cream. Well, Candice Bass-Robinson reports will need the experience, but I do suggest you keep an eye on the market. 1,000 meters might be a little on the sharp side for Peaches and Cream, but as you say, she's bred in the absolute purple. So the market will be the best indicator at this stage, quoted in double figures. So 5 Storm Watch is odds on, while number 2, Swift Serenity, is at 7-1, and when you consider that there was only a neck between them last time out, the market is a bit skewed towards number 5 Storm Watch, but that was Storm Watch's debut, so we do expect Storm Watch to confirm the form with number 2 Swift Serenity. I would have expected Swift Serenity to have been a clear second choice in the market. I think she will finish ahead of number 3 Splash of Color, but to cut to the chase, I've gone with number 5 Storm Watch as a banker in the opening leg of the bipod, which is my bet of choice for this race meeting. I think she'll prove a tough nut to crack. I'm not sure how much value there is at around 8-10, because one has to respect the fact that Swift Serenity can also continue to improve. So 5 from 2, those would be the obvious top 2 selections, but keep an eye on the market as far as the newcomers are concerned.
That is race number 2. The value could lie with number 2, Swift Serenity, but Stormwatch the top choice here at 8 to 10. Race number 3, next up, start off the place accumulator. Maiden plate, 1,000 meters, a trip, 12:45 is the off time. Number 7, Night Train is your favorite, 14 to 10 into 17 into 12 to 10. It's American Memoir at 15 to 10. Number 1, Pump It Up at 6 to 1. It's then 12 to 1 and better ball. Those Night Train put in a very nice run on debut when when going from 5 to 2 out to 7 to 2. Graham, I think there's plenty to work with this son of Rafif, the half brother to Thunderstruck, and American Memoir, nice run as well when in second. So there's not a lot to choose between them, and you'd expect these two to fight it out as the market suggests.
Yes, again, it looks an absolute match on form between number 6, African Memoir, number 7, Night Train. As you clearly pointed out, African Memoir finished 3 parts of a length ahead of Night Train last time out, but that was African Memoir's second start. Night Train was on debut. As you say, the brother to Thunderstruck, we can expect a lot of improvement from number 7, Night Train. So I am expecting Night Train to come out ahead of number 6 African Memoir this time around. But clearly there shouldn't be too much to choose between them. I've gone with both in the bipot, and I would suggest you can bank either in the place accumulator. But there is a bit of talk about number 1, Pump It Up, the 2-year-old son of Denon Platina, Justin Snaith, is expecting a very nice run. He quotes, "Nice type, will go well on debut." Currently the clear third favourite and the only other runner in single figures. If there is market support for number 1, Pump It Up, then you've got to factor that into your play, certainly as far as exactas, trifectas and quartets are concerned. But it looks an absolute 2-horse race on form between numbers 6, African Memoir, and number 7, Night Rain. As I said earlier, I'm expecting the Vaughan Marshall stable to be very competitive throughout the afternoon, and Night Rain would be my top choice.
Moving along to race number 4, maiden plate of the 1,400 meter trip, 20 past 1 is the off time. It is a start off the pick 6, and your favorite is number 8, United Front at 15 to 10. Number 3, Sierra Sagrada at 4 to 1. Jouet de Flute at 5 to 1. Drickus is at 11 to 2. It's in 7 to 1 and better ball those. Graham, what we saw from the source on debut, United Front, he was just second and he showed lots of tenacity, lots of heart. He was narrowly beaten behind Star Major, the horse with the experience, but I think he's going to be too good for this lot. The horse that I think, and I make the biggest danger for me, is going to be number 6, Future Free, the half brother to 8 on 18. I think his last run was just too wrong. I think he's going to show a big improvement.
Yeah, look, United Front ran an absolute cracker on debut. He was easy to back at 16 to 1. He finished under a half length behind Star Major. We know that Star Major was not only well experienced coming into that race, but is very highly regarded. There's some decent runners behind United Front in 3rd and 4th, so he's going to be a real tough nut to crack here. Again, Vaughan Marshall holds a very strong hand, backed up with number 3, Sierra Sagrada, who's got decent form coming into the race. Gavin Marina rides Sierra Sagrada, and Sean Veal remains aboard number 8, United Front. 4, Drickus and 5, Jouet de Flute have done enough to suggest they could get involved in the minor placings. Drickus sports blinkers for the first time. That is a late declaration. Kanichiwa has been runner-up in his last 2, but I fancy that he takes on a bit strongly here in the form of number 8, United Front. And then, of course, you mentioned 8 on 18's brother, number 6, Future Free. That was a terrible run last time out. We expected him to go well, despite the fact that on pedigree, 1,200 meters was likely to be on the sharp side. Even 1,400 meters, which he gets here, is likely to be on the sharp side. But again, I'm going to sit on the fence because I think he's still very immature. I watched him go to the start last time. I watched him in his race. Even on his debut race, he showed signs of being very inexperienced. So this will be his first start around the turn. So he could still be very much on the green side. I think, to quote a phrase that Richard Faree likes to use frequently, he's still a puppy. And I know there are better days ahead for number 6, Future Free, but I'm going to sit on the fence with him. Yes, I respect the fact that he has the pedigree and snippets of form to suggest he could get involved here, but I do think that number 8, United Front, is going to prove very difficult to beat.
Yep, race number 4. Race leg number 1 of the pick 6, and at number 8 United Front appears to be a likely banker in the first leg. Race number 5, Maiden Plate Fillies and Mares, 1400 meters is the trip. Number 1 is 1 and 3 joint favourites here at 7-2. Number 2 Kisses at 9-2. Taylor's Version at 5-1. Special Glamour at 11-2. It's in 7-1 and Better Bar those. Graham, race number 5, we've got a bit of form to work with in the start of Jackpot 1. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, look, it's a trappy race. This is the first of the trappy races. I think the first 4 races, as I said, very punter-friendly. Well, hopefully that's the way it turns out. This is somewhat more difficult, more competitive. It's this Maiden Plate for Fillies and Mares, 1400 metres, first leg of Jackpot 1. And the betting reflects that. 7-2 the field is a fair measure of just how open this race is, despite the fact that there are only 9 runners. Numbers 1, Apri City, 2 Kisses, and 3 Pacific Waters. Those are the 3 that I've included in the buy pot, but you can't rule out numbers 4, Taylor's Version, 6, Special Glamour, or even 7, Louis Star. So as far as the pick 6 is concerned, and as far as the opening leg of Jackpot 1 is concerned, I think you've got to look beyond numbers 1, Apri City, 2 Kisses, and 3 Pacific Waters. I think there are others with winning claims. But I do like the way that number 3 Pacific Waters ran on debut. Now that form behind Between the Lines, that comes under scrutiny earlier in the day, and if that form line holds up as we expect it to, then perhaps Pacific Waters will shorten in the market, because that's the same form line of number 5 Storm Watch and number 2 Swift Serenity in the second race. And Pacific Waters was under a length behind Storm Watch, who's an odds-on favourite to win earlier in the day. So Pacific Waters would be my hesitant top choice. Gavin Larena teaming up with Justin Snaith, they have an incredible strike rate when they do team up together. But you can't ignore the others in the race. Kisses has shows a tremendous amount of pace. Apri City, good improvement last time. And what is interesting, they all come out of different form lines. Apri City behind Oncidium, second last time. Kisses second to Ocotillo. And then, as mentioned, Pacific Waters behind Between the Lines. Taylor's Version possibly got to step up a little. Distant fourth behind Meg's Legacy. This might be marginally stronger. In the same race, number 6 Special Glamour ran second. So it should have the measure of number 4 Taylor's Version. And then Louis Star, a long-time maiden, but clearly has a chance in a race of this nature. The average merit rating is just 72. But Pacific Waters gets my marginal vote, but not with a great deal of confidence.
Tricky race, the 5th race on the program, the start of Jackpot 1. A few horses in with winning claims. Race number 6 next up, 1,000 meters a trip. This is a class 4. 2:30 is the off time. And number 11, October Storm, is the favourite here at 12-10. The well-bred son of Vercingetrix, well related. Number 1, Churchillian, 7-2. Flying Finley is at 11-2, 8-1 about Escarpment. It's then 12-1 and Better Ball those. This horse defied a betting drift last time out, went out 18-10. And he won very nicely that day, beating Magical Place. Yes, it wasn't a strong race. It was in the soft conditions, but all he could do was win on debut, Graham, and he's been given an opening mark of 88, which I think is a mark that he can work off. And just having a look at this race, given that there's horses that are sort of out of form and then horses that have got to give him weight, especially the likes of the one horse and then a couple older horses, I think he could go back-to-back.
I'm really looking forward to this race, Rahil, because we've got number 11, October Storm, a 2-year-old, very impressive, as you mentioned, on debut. And then the other 2-year-old, number 1, Churchillian, who's got very good form behind his name, having beaten 3 Tigers when winning the maiden and following up with a very good second behind Absolutely Yes in a feature race last time. But Churchillian does have to give him 5 kilograms, or just about 5 kilograms, and that could be beyond him. So it's going to be interesting to see how these two clearly talented 2-year-olds, Churchillian by Rafif, October Storm by Vercingetrix, go against the battle-hardened hard knockers in their handicap debut. So you've mentioned Escarpment, there's Bluff on Bluff, there's Flying Finley, and Night Tiger, any of which could win a race of this nature. But are they good enough to match strides with these two very promising 2-year-olds? Well, that's always the conundrum facing punters. But October Storm does look fairly treated on 56.5 and should be very competitive. He should progress nicely from his debut effort, so he deserves to be favourite, and he is the natural top selection ahead of fellow 2-year-old number 1 Churchillian. But I will be honest, I've ducked, as you'll see later when we go through the bipod, I've ducked for a bit of cover from amongst the older horses. While there is no rain expected and the sun is expected to shine, the track is still going to be very much on the soft side. The conditions are going to be tough, and you never really know for certain just how these 2-year-olds are going to go against the older brigade. While clearly they have bright futures, we must remember that it's October Storm's second run on a race course, so he's very inexperienced still. We loved the way he won first time out. He's clearly got the pedigree to be a group winner, and we'll follow his career with interest, and he should win this for Vaughan Marshall ahead of Churchillian, Candice Bass-Robinson's runner, but I'm not going to ignore the chances of the older horses.
Race number 7 next up, Middle Stakes, fillies and mares, 1200 meters the trip, 3:05 is the off time, and it is the start of Jackpot 2. Your favourite here is number 1, Babelicious, and number 5, Trip to Maputo, both trading at 28-10. Number 8, Summer Lily, 9-2 into 4-1. 7, Miss World at 6-1. It's then 7-1 and better bar those. Competitive fillies and mares race over the 1200 meter trip. Graham, what's your thoughts?
Very evenly matched, as the best weighted column suggests, this Middle Stakes for fillies and mares, 1200 metres. Again, a small field, only 8 runners, but it's difficult to draw a line through any of them. I guess some have greater chances than others. I've gone pretty wide in the last leg of the bipod, included 4 runners. I've gone with numbers 1, Babelicious, 5, Trip to Maputo, 8, Summer Lily, and I've all thrown in number 7, Miss World. I can't believe that last run, clearly on the penultimate run, went second to Trip to Maputo. She's got to be competitive in a race of this nature, so I'm expecting to put that horrible performance behind her and return to her best kind of form. She hasn't won for a long time, Miss World, but we know that she's quite useful at best. I guess Babelicious, in her current form, she's good, she's consistent, she loves the softer conditions, so he probably rates the one to beat, Babelicious, but Trip to Maputo is holding form very nicely. Summer Lily, as you've mentioned, there's been a nibble in the market, and that wasn't a bad run behind My Sensation at Hollywoodbets Scottsville. Of course, she went from the Western Cape to KZN, now back to the Western Cape. So she's done a bit of travelling, has number 8, Summer Lily, but Gavin Larena takes the ride for Justin Snay, so she should be very competitive. It's an evenly matched contest. I've gone half the field in the last leg of the bipod. You might need to go even wider as far as jackpots and pick sixes are concerned, because it's not inconceivable that winter rainfall can bounce back to winning form. She was only 3 parts of a length behind Babelicious in a penultimate start, and I'm So Pretty might have needed a last run when beaten 6 lengths by Dean Street. We mustn't forget that she won the Olympic Dual Stakes back in January, and she won it in comprehensive fashion. So it's a very good race, very evenly matched, hard to nail your colours to the mask. By virtue of consistency, I'd go with number 1, Babelicious, but I've run for cover here.
That's race number 7, another competitive race for the fillies and mares. Race number 8 next up. This is a stakes over 1500 meters. So where Sugar Mountain is your favorite at 14-10. Number 7, Prometheer, is at 4-1, along with number 9, Seeking the Stars, 6-1 about Billy Bowlegs. The Grey King has found a touch of support from 10-1 into 8-1. It's 14-1 and better. While those scratched is number 4, Song to the Moon. It's a field of 10 runners that remain. Graham, the conditions are likely going to be soft on the day, and the source absolutely thrives in it. Sugar Mountain, 12 goals for 5 wins, and he's banging form. He's won his last 2. Gallic Dream, Magic Verse, 1500 meters shouldn't be a concern for him, and he could reel off the hat-trick.
Short and sweet and to the point. Here's the banker bet of the day, number 5, Sugar Mountain. He did us proud last time. He opened up at around 9-2 when winning last time, beating Magic Verse by half a length. That was like Christmas came in June. And prior to that, he beat Gallic Dream. He's a 10-time winner. He loves the winter. He loves the winter course. Elder Demeo gets on really well with him, has partnered him to 6 wins. He's got this field stone cold at the weights. There's no Magic Verse this time around. Seeking the Stars ran 3rd in that race, was beaten 3.5 lengths. meet on the same terms. I guess the one that might get a bit closer is number 7, Prometheus. It has had a race in between, was fourth on that occasion when Seeking the Stars was third behind Sugar Mountain. So safely held at the weights. Again, they meet at the same terms. But he has had a race in between, might strip a little bit fitter this time around. Richard Ferree retains the ride. So for me, number 7, Prometheus, is the exacta horse. But I'm going all in. I've shoved my entire stack of chips into the middle of the table, going all in with number 5, Sugar Mountain. There's no logical reason why he should get beat.
Yeah, out here, it's number 5, Sugar Mountain. Graham's going all in. 14-10 is the price, and a banker bet on the card. Race number 9, Class 4, 1400 meters, 20 past 4 is the off time. War Chariot, Boogified, joint favorites at 33-10, 7-1 Happy Days. You can get 8-1 and better about the balance. Graham, the draw is going to make a big difference for this son of Justify. He's been jumping from 9, 6, 9. He now jumps from gate number 2. He'll be able to get to the head of affairs a lot easier. And despite the weight of 62, he's more than capable of carrying that to victory.
Look, Boogified is clearly the first choice here. From that neat draw, as you've mentioned, he's got the right form. He's ideally distance suited. He's going to take a lot of running down. His number 2, Boogified. He should get the absolute run of the race. Confident first choice. Last time out, we were all over number 13, War Chariot. At the time we recorded the show, he was trading at around 6-1. He was solidly backed into 9-4. Didn't run a bad race. Was beaten half a length by Please Be True. Was just a little way behind Prometheus. Runs in the earlier race. But this time, last time he was drawn in pole position. This time he's drawn in gate 13. It's going to make things a lot tougher for War Chariot. Happy Days just can't crack a draw. He was drawn 12 of 12 last time behind Industrial Strength. He's drawn 12 of 13 this time. The one horse that I personally keep underestimating is number 8, Azuri. I ignored him last time when he won big odds, and that was over 1,200 meters. I was not really expecting him to be competitive over 1,200 meters. He was ridden on that occasion by Brevin Plykes, who retains the ride. Azuri is more dangerous, I believe, over 1,400 meters, even though he hasn't actually run over the trip. When you look at his 1,600 meter form and his 1,200 meter form, I believe that 1,400 meters sets up ideally for him. Kevin Olasedi is erratic but capable, but gets the services of an inexperienced apprentice, so we'll have to see how Kevin Olasedi goes. It all adds up to number 2, Boogified. The main danger, though, might come from number 1, What a Fortune. Now, here's a draw striker of note. 3 runs back, 11 of 13. 2 runs back, 14 of 14. Last run, 9 of 11, when flashing up to run second behind Thomas Jenkins. The Mayor puts half a kilogram up, but he's drawn in pole position, and he could emerge as the principal threat to number 2, Boogified, but Boogified remains my solid first choice.
Race number 9, number 2, Boogified, 33-10 in the market. That's going to be the top choice, but there are a few other horses that could emerge as the big threats. Race number 10, final race on the day. C Stakes, 1,800 meters is the distance. King's Quest, 22-10, having found support from around 28-10. Number 5, Arbitration at 7-2. Hampstead Heath is a 9-2 shot, 6-1 about Lady Springfield. It's 8-1 and better bar those. King's Quest was a comfortable win off his last start in the heavy going. He's been given a 4-point penalty for that. He comes into the race with 64 kgs on the back. And when you have a look at the horses that finished behind him, you think they could get closer at the weight terms, but this horse has got his confidence back. Graham, race number 10, is it straightforward or the guy's in a bit of cover here?
I certainly believe that the form line that they come out of will stand up. So the race on the 24th of June when King's Quest won comfortably over Afrique, and he was heavily backed that day from around 6-1 into 9-4. He was backed as if the result was known. It looked as if he was chucked into the race at the 400 meter mark. He won with authority. Behind him in fourth place was number 5, Arbitration, and in third place on that occasion, Elegant Noble. They both reopposed. Now, Elegant Noble is 2.5 kilograms better off. Arbitration is 3 kilograms better off. You might argue that Arbitration can be expected to go even better over the extra 200 meters. Certainly, I always wondered whether King's Quest would get the mile effectively. He proved that in no uncertain terms last time out. Now he steps up another furlong to 1,800 meters. But Candice Bass Robinson has always given the view that he can stay, and this will be a test for him. But arbitration 3 kilograms better off, I think we'll get a lot closer over this kind of trip. But King's Quest, clearly the way he won last time out, has got to be the top choice, but I wouldn't ignore the chances of number 3 Elegant Noble and 5 Arbitration. And given that we're going with Sugar Mountain as a banker in the 8th race, we're planning Jackpot 2, however you've structured Jackpot 1 and however you've structured your pick 6, this race obviously is the final leg of Jackpot 2, being a 10-race program. I would include both numbers 3 Elegant Noble, 5 Arbitration and 7 King's Quest. I do make it an absolute 3-cornered contest. I don't really believe that either number 4 Lady Springfield or number 6 Hampstead Heath can find the winners in Clover. They could make their presence felt as far as minor placings are concerned, but I think it's a 3-cornered contest. And King's Quest, the way he won last time out, he might go back to back, but I think arbitration will give him a lot more to think about this time around.
Yeah, arbitration currently at 7-2, the second favourite in race number 10. We're going to move along to the suggested bet now. Graham will take us through his suggested bet for racing on Tuesday down in the Western Cape, and it all begins with a running off race number 2, and that is at 12. Graham, take it away.
First leg of the bipod, as you mentioned, 12. We're bankering number 5, Storm Watch. The second leg going numbers 6, African Memoir, and 7, Night Rain. Then in the third leg, banker number 8, United Front. Then we go a little bit wider in the last 3 legs. The fourth leg, numbers 1, Apri City, 2, Kisses, and 3, Pacific Waters. The penultimate leg going with numbers 1, Churchillian, 2, Escarpment, 7, Flying Finley, and of course the favourite number 11, October Storm, who was so impressive on debut. The 2-year-olds might be too strong, but I'm going to throw in some of the hard knockers. The final leg, it's only an 8-horse race, but I'm going with 4 of them. Numbers 1, Babylicious, 5, Trip to Maputo, 7, Miss World, and 8, Summer Lily. So that's how the bipod shapes up for 96 Rand. I think the nap of the day, the natural banker for all exotic bets, comes in race 8 in the form of number 5, Sugar Mountain.
That's the bipod for racing on Tuesday. 96 Rand is what it will cost for one full unit, with 2 bankers there in the first and third leg. Graham, thanks very much. All the best. Have a wonderful week ahead.
Thank you so much, Rahil. As mentioned, I'm looking forward to this race meeting. There's a lot of quality bloodstock on show at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Tuesday.
All the best with racing at Hollywoodbets Kenilworth on Tuesday.